I'm going to show you how to crochet the simplest crochet decoration you've ever crocheted for your Christmas tree. Here's what you'll need to make them. This is cotton yarn. It soaks up the glue and water mixture really well. This is white glue, it's water-soluble PVA glue. And I'm going to mix that with water before we soak the decorations to make them stiff. This is a stick. I'm going to use that to squidge the decorations into the glue. I've got some scissors, some wire to string up the decorations, and then the most important thing, crochet hook. This is a 4.5mm hook. If you already know how to crochet in chain stitch, slip stitch, treble crochet and double crochet, you can get started using this pattern. For everybody else, I'll show you how to get started stitch by stitch. I'm going to start by making a chain of 8. To do that, make a loop and insert my hook into that loop. That's quite nice and tight. This is the tail end that I'm not using, and this part is attached to the ball of yarn. To make a chain, you wrap the yarn over the hook, and then you can twist the top round to either grab the yarn or let the yarn go. So I'm going to grab the yarn and then pull it through with a bit of a wiggle, the first loop, and that's my first chain stitch. Keeping hold of the tail end with this thumb and finger, I'm going to wrap the yarn over the hook again, make sure I grab it with the hook and pull it back through the loop. So I'm left with one on the hook. I'm going to keep doing that until I've made a chain of 8 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And that's a chain of 8 stitches. I'm not going to worry about how neat this is because I'll be covering those up with different stitches. And then to join that into a ring, insert the top of the hook through this first stitch you made, and it doesn't really matter if you've got 2 stitches this side and 1 stitch that side, or the opposite way around. Once your hook is through, grab the yarn, there we go, grab the yarn, make sure it's under the hook, pull it through that chain, and then pull it through the last loop on there, so I've just got 1 on the hook. And that's the finished chain. Now I'm going to turn it into a tadpole by chaining another 3 stitches. There we go, little tadpole. And this represents a treble crochet stitch, and that's what I'm going to fill up all the way around the chain. So to do the treble crochet stitch, wrap the yarn over the hook, push the hook through the ring. It's nice and easy to get it through there. Wrap the yarn back over the hook and pull it back through the face of the tadpole. Now I've got 3 loops now on that hook, and if I wrap the yarn over, I'm going to take off these middle 2 stitches. There we go. And then wrap the yarn over again and take off the last 2, and I'm left with 1 on the hook. And as you can see here, that treble crochet stitch is about the same length as my 3 chains with 1 at the top to join them. And the beauty of making these decorations is you don't really have to count how many treble stitches you're doing now. You just want to fill it up all the way round. I know it's about 26 stitches, but sometimes my decorations have 28, sometimes they have 24. And the beauty of this is you can crochet without having to count every stitch, which means you can watch a Christmas film while you do it. You just have to get used to doing the treble crochet stitch, which is yarn over through the face of the tadpole, grab the yarn and pull it through, so you've got 3 on the hook, and then wrap the yarn over. I'm going to take off these 2 in the middle and wrap the yarn over, take off the last 2, and there's another treble crochet stitch. Now I've got 1, 2, 3 posts. I'm aiming for about 26 all the way around. Yarn over, take off the middle 2 and take off the last 2. Yarn over through the tadpole, yarn over 2 off, yarn over bottom 2 off. The other great thing about these decorations is that you don't have to worry about doing slightly shorter stitches or slightly longer stitches to create that teardrop. That's going to happen with stretching. I can see here I've got the tail. I'm going to stitch that tail in a bit so it's hidden. So yarn over under the tail too. 2 off, 2 off, yarn over. There we go. Now the tail is getting hidden by the stitches, and if I want to, I'll give him a tug and let's snip him off because he's getting in the way. You won't see that little fuzzy end. See, gone already. And then to finish it off, I'm going to go into this first little chain of 3 I made, that big hole, pull that loop through and slip stitch. Here we go. There's a slightly messy looking circle. Doesn't look great yet. Don't worry, it will. It's going to look like this. So next up I'm going to chain 2. There we go. 2 stitches chained. And then I'm going to work into these top loops. At the top of every stitch there's a little hole, and I'm going to use those. So the first one I'm going to go into is this one, and this time I'm going to stick a hook in, grab the yarn, pull it through, and I've got 2 loops on my hook. Wrap the yarn over and pull them both off. Yarn in, pull it through. There we go, and work all the way around until you get back to where you started. And there's the chain of 2 I made at the beginning. Push the hook into there, and this time, rather than wrapping the yarn over again and making another double crochet, I'm going to slip stitch that, so I'm just left with 1 on the hook. And that is all the crocheting I'm going to do for this decoration. To fix everything in place, I'm pulling the hook out so that that loop gets bigger, just big enough for me to be able to pass the decoration through, and then pull the top tight. And I'm ready for the next part, which will be stretching it into a teardrop shape. You can just pull the bottom right onto the top and stretch it down. I'm going to leave enough of a length there that I can hang it up once I've got it good and gluey. To make the solution for soaking the decorations in, I am going to add some white glue. There's about a tablespoon going in there, and about 3 times the same amount of water. If you add more glue, they will be stiffer and slightly shinier, which can look pretty. And if you add too much water, they won't set hard. So just have a play about and see what works best for you. That's mixed up. This is foil-lined brown paper bag, and I'm going to use that to squeeze them out on so I don't make a complete mess. It does get gluey though. Take your decoration and dip it into the solution. Give it a good squish with your squishing stick, and I'm just going to turn that over, make sure it's fully soaked in the glue in the water. Let it drip a little bit and lay it out on top of the silver paper or whatever work surface you don't mind making a bit of a mess of, and give it a bit more of a squeeze into that teardrop shape. And then taking another piece of the paper, pop that on top and press. And I'm pressing to get out some excess glue because I don't want it sopping wet. You can see here that lots of the glue is left behind, and there's my teardrop shape. Still pretty wet at this point, so I'm going to hang that up to dry in the sunshine. Hang them up to dry. If you've squeezed them out, they shouldn't drip, and if you haven't got somewhere sunny to hang them, you can pop them above a radiator and they'll dry in no time at all. These are dried really well, and I am ready now to cut off the tails and add some wire so I can hang them up. If you don't have any wire, you can make a loop using the tail and leave them on there. To make the hangers, you can use ready bought wire hangers and just poke them through the top, or take a piece of wire, find a suitable gap in the crochet and thread it through in half, twist it and make a loop to hang, and I can just hook that over the Christmas tree. Have a lovely cosy time crocheting these for your tree. I hope you enjoy making them as much as I did.